and welcome to lesson 4.7 of the Go Math book. And this lesson is about dividing using repeated subtraction. We've talked how multiplication is repeated addition, while the opposite operation is repeated subtraction. And we're going to see how to do it. Don't forget in division we have a dividend, which is the first and biggest number. We have our second number, that's our divisor. And the way that we show repeated subtraction is first we put our dividend, the biggest number, and then we're going to subtract it, right, by the divisor. So we're going to put 15 minus 3. And we can do it on our heads. 15 minus 3 is 12. So we keep subtracting 3. 12 minus 3 is 9. I can keep subtracting. 9 minus 3 is 6, so I can keep subtracting. 6 minus 3 is 3. And 3 minus 3 is 0. So I get to 0. If you want to find the quotient, you can see how many times you subtracted 3. So I've subtracted 1, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. So my quotient is going to be 5 because I subtracted 3 5 times. If I want to put it in a number line, you will have to put your 15 is going to be your first number. And you have to get all the way to, just like we had in the page before, right? We had 15 minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, right? That equal to 0. So we have to start in the dividend, and we had to end up all the way in here, which is the 0. So I'm going to start in the 15, and this is going to be my 0. And I'm going to jump to the left. If the number is decreasing, then the direction of the number line is going to go to the left. Opposite from addition and multiplication, that goes to the right. This one goes to the left. So I've got in 15, and I go in jumps of 3. That means 1, 2, 3. I'm going to land right here. And then I'm going to keep doing that until I get to my 0. So 1, 2, 3, get here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Then let me show the arrow that I'm going in that direction. Don't forget, it always goes to the left. And I ended in 0. So you can count the number of jumps that you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps. We still get 5 as our quotient. I hope that you understand. Let's start some practice. 30 divided by 4. We can do it the long way, right? 30 minus 4, that is 26. Repeated subtraction. You have to repeat the same thing again. 26 minus 4 is 22. Then we repeat the same subtraction. Minus 4, that will be 18. Minus 4, one more time, that is 14. And I'm going to have to keep going here. I don't have more space. 14 minus 4 is 10. Then 10 minus 4 is 6. And 6 minus 4 is 2. But wait, I cannot subtract 2 minus 4, right? So I'm going to stop right there. What does it have? What does it tell me that I have 2 as my answer here? Well, it does just tell me that there are 2 leftovers, which means, yes, the remainder. So let's see how many times we subtracted 4. This is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. So my quotient will be 7, and I ended up having a remainder. My remainder is 2. Just as always, remember your remainder cannot be bigger than your divisor. There is kind of a shorter way to do it, and we saw that 30 divided by 4. If we get multiples of 4, like for example, let's do 4 times 5, and 4 times 5 is 20, so I'm going to put the 20 right here. And then I subtract this. 30 minus 20 is 1, 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. Then I don't have anything that multiply times 4 is 10, but I know that 4 times 2 is 8. It's close. Let's subtracting now. 10 minus 8, it is 2. And this is smaller than my divisor. That means that's probably my remainder. Then I'm going to count how many times I've subtracted. Now, 20 is what? 4 times 5. So it's the 4 repeated 5 times. I subtracted 4 5 times in here, and here I subtracted 2 times. So if I add these two partial quotients, 5 and 2, that will be 7. You add the partial quotients to get the final quotient. And then don't forget that we do have a remainder 2. Ready for another exercise? Okay, how about we try this one? 45 divided by 3. I'm going to put it right here, 45 divided by 3. And a good number, especially if you have higher numbers, is to get a multiple of 10. So let me just get 3 times 10. 3 times 10 is 30, so I'm going to put 30 here, and I'm going to subtract them. 5 minus 0 is 5, and 4 minus 3 is 1. Now, can I get a number that multiply times 3 gets me closer to 15? Yes, we do. We have 5. 5 times 3 is 15, and 15 minus 15 is 0. So we're not going to have a remainder. And what is our quotient? Remember, add the factors that you use to multiply your divisor, your 3. So you multiply times 10 and times 5. And 10 plus 5 is 15. So 15 will be your quotient. Getting a hang of it? Hopefully you do. I want you to do for homework oh wait, we have one more, Mrs. Letters. Where are you going? Let's do a bigger one. Let's practice a little bit more. 135 divided by 5. Let me get, I can do, this is kind of big. I think I can get 10 in here. 5 times 10 is 50. Let me subtract. 5 minus 0 is 0. 3, I'm going to have to borrow 1, right? So this is going to turn into 0, and this one is going to become 12. 12 minus 5 is 7, so I have 75. I don't know why I have a feeling that I did something wrong. Yes, it's not a 2, it's a 3. 13 minus 5, my bad. First mistake of the year. 13 minus 5 is 8. Okay, now I still have a number that is bigger than 5 times 10, so I'm going to multiply again. 5 times 10, and 5 times 10 is 50. I put my number here, and I subtract it. 5, 8 minus 5 is 3. Okay, I cannot multiply times 10 anymore because I will get 50, and 50 is much higher than 35. So let me see, can I find a number that if I multiply times 5, I get 35? Yes, you're right, times 7. 5 times 7 is 35, and if I subtract 35 minus 35, I get 0. Now let's see, I multiply times 10 again, and times 7. And 10 plus 7 is 27. That's going to be my quotient. Okay. If you don't understand, remember, you can rewind the video and kind of watch it again. Your homework for tomorrow, it's to do 92 divided by 4 and 156 divided by 6. I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.